also have such an important information about the suspects in this matter?
Mawusuzwa-ke ukuthi khona lo oseboshiwe yingani ungazange waya khona emaphoyiseni ukuthi uyowatshela amaphoyisa phela-ke nami nginolwazi oluthize-ke olumayelana-ke nelecala okanye ukuboshwa kwalo msolo.
Ngangenaso isizathu sokuthi ngaye emaphoyiseni ngoba amaphoyisa ngicabanga ukuthi anesizathu esina futhi wayembophile ukwenzakaleni ngangazi angayena umuntu ophenya lelo cala.
I did not have sufficient reasons to can go to the police because the police had their own reasons as to why they arrested that person, and further, I wasn't the person that was now investigating the case.
And further to that, failure to report information about the suspect, you now say in the examination in chief, my lord, I'm referring the witness to the appearances of the 7th of September. It's paragraph 20, the examination in chief of the witness. This is what you said. It's not. On page 38, my lord, paragraph 20. It's short, I can just read it. On page 38. Under Mr.
Kuthiwa-ke umsolwa bengeyena akusena-ke umsolwa obekumfuna akukho lokho akukho kunye engingakwenza ngavele ngayihambela-ke ngayiyekela kanjalo bengilo ngifunda-ke amaphephandaba-ke njengenjwayelo emva kwesikhathi mhlawumbe emva konyaka ka-2015 2016 noma 2017 uma ngenza iphutha emva kwalokho-ke ngase ngihlangana naye ogwabini ngambuza uyakubona.
Yebo.
I can see that.
Yes. Still again, after now receiving the information that the suspect who had been arrested was the wrong one, you still sit and don't do anything with the information of the real suspects. You don't go and submit that information to the police.
Emva ukuthi ukubone lokho kanye uzwe ukuthi lo owaboshwa bengeyena obefanele ukuthi aboshwe. Noma kunjalo-ke awuhambi wena-ke uyophana ngencazelo kanye ulwazi oluqondile khona laphana emaphoyiseni mayelana-ke nomsolo ofanele ukuthi aboshwe.
Umbuzo uthini?
Yes. Why? Why did you fail to report to the police that you had an information about the real suspect when you have heard that the wrong suspect had been arrested? I think you understand what I'm referring to. This is part of your examination.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 I hear you clearly.
Why, as a police officer, you did not go and inform the police, give the police the correct information that you had?
Ingani ungazange uye emaphoyiseni-ke uyonikeza amaphoyisa-ke ulwazi okuyilona ulwazi oluqondile owawuluphethe wena ngaleso sikhathi kodwa-ke kuwukuthi usubonile ukuthi kuthiwa kuboshwe umsolwa okungeyena.
Ngangenayo reason ukuthi wayebethi akuyena, ngangenayo sofuthi isizathu sokuthi bamreleasile, ngangenakho ukuthi ngenaphi bamreleasile kungani bembophile kungani bemrelease. Ngangeke ngikwazi uku-interfere kubo ngithi why nirelease lo. Ngangenayo evidence enough ngaleso sikhathi sokuthi ngithi lo yena msolwa osolekayo.
Now, during that time, I did not have sufficient evidence to can point to the police that this is not, or this is the suspect that you actually should be arresting. And I did not have reasons as to, I didn't know the reasons for the police to can arrest that particular person during that time. So I didn't have sufficient reasons to can proceed to the police and inform them about the right person that should be arrested.
I think maybe I did not put the question properly to you. My question is, after hearing that a wrong person had been suspected and been released, why, as a police officer, didn't you go to the police and give to the police the information about the real suspect that you had? Do you understand the question?
Yes.
I'm not
Ukuthi
saying that
ingani.
you were supposed to go to the police and ask them why they've released that person. No, that's not my question. My question is about you failing to give information to the police about the real suspect.
Asikuyeke
According
lokho
to your
ukuthi
evidence.
amaphoyisa ke amkhulula okanye amdedela lona umsolo okungeyena. Umbuzo wakho awulapho awugcinanga lapho. Umbuzo wami uthi ingani ungazange ke wena waye emaphoyiseni emva kokuthi usunolwazi olumayelana ke nomsolwa okuyena. Ingani ungayanga emaphoyiseni wafike ke wayotshela amaphoyisa ngalokho. Umbuzo wami ulapho nje.
Njengephoyisa iphoyisa lihlakaniphela lithatha nje udodo oqhamukayo luhambe luyofita abanye kwakumele ngihlale phansi ngiyibheke lento engikhuluma ngayo ukuthi ngabe ngempela iqiniso noma kulona iqiniso ngale
No.
kwalokho ngangengithi ngizwe lokho ukuthi bakhiphe lo bafaka lo bese ngiyagijima ngiyothi mina no ngazi umsolwa o right wangenasidingo futhi sokuthi ngihambe ngiyomisa amaphoyisa ukuthi mina ngazi umsolwa o right ngicabanga ukuthi umsebenzi wamaphoyisa wawunikeziwa laba ababetaskwe ngawo ukuthi ba-investigate i-case if kwakunezinto ababeyidinga kimi babezoza kimi ngaleso sikhathi bangibuze wangesimini umsebenzi wami ukuthi ngihambe ngiyobatshela ukuthi mina nginolwazi lwe-suspect ukuthi nokuthi ekubeni ngangingekho kakhumalo ngaleyo
No,
ndlela
I
wangabe
did-
interfere emsebenzini wamaphoyisa.
I did not have sufficient evidence that I could take to the police. I couldn't take any other information that one would get out there and take it to the police or information according to the language of the witness now. I wouldn't take any nonsense and take it to the police or any rubbish and just take it to the police because further I was not the person that was investigating the matter and further I also was not at the Kumalo's house at the time. Therefore, I did not have sufficient evidence that I can furnish the police with.
What rubbish information are you referring to? Did you say rubbish information?
Udoti
Did I hear
lo
correctly?
okhuluma ngawo.
Ukuthi ngangengithathe udodo olwazi engangilwazi ngaleso sikhathi ngiyolinikeza amaphoyisa ngangikumele ngazi kahle ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani ngiqondiswe kubani yenzeke kanjani.
I meant that I wouldn't take any rubbish of information or any information that was not useful to the police and
Okay.
then take it not even knowing who compiled that information.
I need to understand this properly. You are saying the information you had about the real suspects, you are saying that information amounted to rubbish to you. Is that what you're saying?
Ngifuna ukuzwa kahle lokho kushoyo ukuthi le information wena ubuyiphethe mayelana ke nomsolwa kuyudoti leyo information ukhuluma ngaleyo information mawuthi udoti.
Bengisacabanga ukuthi usakhuluma ngamaphepha ukuthi ama-newspaper athini ngalokho nokuthi wayemkhiphile.
I thought you were still referring to the newspapers and further why the suspect was released. I thought that is what you were referring to.
No. I'll repeat for you, Mr. Zoom.
Ngizwa iphinda futhi.
What I'm
Iphindela
saying
yona.
to you is that you had an information about the suspect in this case. You understand that?
Engishoyo ke ukuthi wena wawune information okanye ulwazi mayelana ke nomsolwa kuleli cala. Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngiyakuzwa?
Yes, I understand that.
And when you were testifying here in court, you said, I heard again that they are saying that the suspect was not the right one. That's what you said.
Mawufakaza lana enkantolo wathi wena ngezwe futhi ukuthi lo msolwa bekungeyena ke umsolwa.
And at the time when you heard
Oh, yeah, no, right.
that the suspect was not the right one, you had information about the right suspect in this
Wena
matter.
ngenkathi uzwa ukuthi lo msolwa akusiyena umsolwa right. Wena ubuphethe ulwazi olumayelana ke nomsolwa o right.
And
Sisesonke
still,
lapho.
and still you did not bring that information to the attention of the police officers.
Na noma kunjalo ke azange ke uke uhlinzeke amaphoyisa ngalolo lwazi.
About the real suspect,
All
according to your
mayelana-
evidence.
Olumayelana ke nomsolwa okuyena umsolwa right.
You understand? that?
Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngikuzwa
You
kahle.
understand?
Clearly.
Yes, yes. Then why did you fail to bring that information to the attention of the police officers? That was my question.
Umbuzo wami lo ke ukuthi ingane ke ungazange ke wahlinzeka amaphoyisa ke ngalolo lwazi owaluphethe.
ngangazi ukuthi amaphoyisa ngelinye ilanga uyithola evidence yawo akwazi ukupresenta leyo case mina kwangesuka umsebenzi wami ukuthi ngithi nami suspect right le akusi suspect right.
Now, I knew that the police eventually were going to find the right information. It was not my role to play to say that this is the right suspect and this is the wrong suspect.
You know the reason why you did not come forward to the police with this information is because you had never you did not have the information as to who the suspects are in this matter.
Ingoba na bunganayo information emayelana nokuthi ke abasola obani kule qala. Yisona sizathu ezenza ukuthi ungaya kube ukuthi awuyange emaphoyiseni. Uthini ke wena uyakutshela?
Uyangitshela ukuthi ngakho ngayanga emaphoyiseni. Ngiyile emaphoyiseni yimi engenza ukuthi ngiye emaphoyiseni. Ngalesikhathi bengibona ukuthi ubufakazi bakhona nginabo ngineshow ngabo futhi.
No, I am the one that went to the police at the time that I realized that now I have got sufficient evidence. I did go to the police.
And you, at this particular time, the incident was still fresh in your mind. This was 29 October 2014, wherein you failed to report this incident.
The incident lena bese seyintsha nje engqondweni yakho sikhuluma nge-29 is
I mean, I'm referring to the issue of a suspect being arrested and released.
ngikhuluma ngalokho ke.
Yeah.
Lokho kwenzeka nge-29 is October 2014.
And at that time, on the 29th of October, when you were reading this, you had not met with accused number 5 in particular on the date as we have testified.
Uma ke ufunda khona lapha na ke lezo indaba kuphephandaba nge-29 zika October 2014 ubungakaze ke uhlala naye ke ummangalelo wesihlanu njengoba wena busushilo ke kufakazela lakho.
Ngiyaphinda futhi ngithi kukho ukumbona umsolwa wesihlanu ngambona nge-26
I repeat, when I saw accused number 5, I did see him on the 26th.
ukuthi ngiyile emaphoyiseni nganini khona kodwa ngiyile ngolwazi ngase nginalo ngangeke ngihambe ngiyomisa amaphoyisa ukuthi akenze investigation ngithi mina nginolwazi olungcono.
As to when I went to the police, all I know is that I eventually went to the police and provided them with the information that I had then. I would not have gone before I could gather the information that is needed by the police.
Had you reported this information, the police were going to do a further investigation to the extent of the registration of the motor vehicle that you allege it was driven by accused number 5.
Kube uye waphana ngaleyo information amaphoyisa ke abezokwazi ukuthi aphenye mayelana ke ne-registration yale moto othi wena ke ibishayelwa nguye ummangalelo wesihlanu.
Kulolo lwazi ukuba ngalisa ngaleso sikhathi kwangelona ulwazi olwalivuthiwe nolwazi oluphelele. So ngakuzobe kuulwazi olungasuki kimi ukuthi ulwazi nami ngihambe ngalidobha kuma newspaper.
Now, that information that I got then, it was information that was not yet ripe or information that was sufficient enough. This was information that I went about taking from the newspapers.
Are you confused?
Lutho.
Okay. I'm not talking about newspaper. I'm talking about the motor vehicle. You have testified that it was driven by accused number 5.
Ngikhuluma ngemoto othi ummangalelo wesihlanu ube idriver nge-26 zika October 2014.
Yes. I'm not saying it's a newspaper. It's your evidence.
Angisho ke ukuthi kuyi-newspaper. Ngithi mina ke ubufakazi bakho.
Obuthi imoto kamsolwa emele ngihambise ngiyosho ukuthi ngibona imoto kamsolwa kankani.
To say that I should go to the police and tell them that I have seen.
I'm saying, had you reported
to
the police, had you reported the information you had about the suspects, a further investigation could have been done regarding the registration number and the details of the car. You have testified that it was driven by accused number 2. And that type of investigation was not done because of your failure to report.
Kube wena ke wahamba wayo-reporter ke emaphoyiseni mayelana nemininingwane emayelana nemoto, i-registration yaleyo moto amaphoyisa ke abezoba sesimeni sokuthi mawaphenye licala ke akwazi ke ukuphuma nokuthize ke ngenxa yokuthi wena ke azange kuye uyoyibika lento oyibonile lokho ke okwenza ukuthi ke uphenyo lo ungasinikezi imiphumela right.
Okay. Let's move on. Do you want to comment?
Ufuna ukomenta?
Bengifuna ukutshela ukuthi ngalolu phenyo ukhuluma ngalo kwangesilona uphenyo lami ukuthi yimo wenza uphenyo.
Oh, okay.
Ngangeke futhi ngihambise imoto kaMsolwa ngangekho wakhumalo la kwabulaweni khona umuntu ngangise hostel.
That investigation that was supposed to have been done, it wasn't myself that was supposed to have conducted that investigation.
Okay, it's
and
fine.
Further, I wouldn't have taken the vehicle to the police because I wasn't there at the time that the suspects were at the Kumalo's house.
It's fine, Mr. Zungu. I understand the dilemma. You were constable by then for how many years? In 2014.
Well, 2014.
In the service. In
So
2014.
You can count yourself because I started in 2011.
So you were 4
joined
years.
the police force.
You were 4 years.
4 years.
training yami lapho.
I
And as well
understand
as
your
my training as
dilemma.
well. This is a good dilemma, yeah.
Then this is 2014, October 2014. You had this information. There is a suspect, wrong suspect, who has been arrested and released. Okay?
Okay,
You understand?
26, sorry,
No.
29,
We are 29 October 2014.
2014.
You have this information
Othola-ke le
about the
info.
wrong suspect who has been released. Okay?
Ngalona-ke ususpect wrong okuyena-ke owadedelwa khona laphana ejele.
Okay.
Andizwa?
How long after reading from that newspaper about the wrong suspect who had been released did you go to General Lishabane?
Emva kokuthi ufunde le ngxenye-ke yendaba khona laphana kuphephandaba. Emva kwesikhathi esingakanani-ke uze ugcine uye khona laphana ku-General Lishabane?
Emva ukuthi ngase ngazi ukuthi kungani kumele ngithi yibo abenze lokho.
That was after I had known. Why am I saying that they are the ones that had committed that?
Yeah, which year? We are in 2014. Was it the following year? Was it on the same year? When? I just want to
2018,
clarify the date.
2018 to 2019.
2018 to 2019.
And that was 4 to 5 years later after the incident. Am I correct?
We have 5 years. Emva kwesikhathi.
Yebo.
Yes.
So you sat with the information, crucial information about the suspect from 2014 up to 2019 when you went to report it to General Lishaba. Is that correct?
Ngolwazi nje oluqala.
Icala libole.
Well, the matter does not grow old.
Can you answer my question? You sat with this information from 2014
Wahlala ke nalolwazi ukusuka ngo-2014
up to the time when you reported or when you approached General Lishaba in 2019.
ukufika leso
that
sikhathi
correct?
uyobona uGeneral Lishaba ngo-2019.
Ngobe ngangubonile nangangucabanga lelo langa ngase nginesiqinisekiso sakho sokuthi kuyiqiniso.
Because of what I had seen on that day and what I already was in possession of, I then was sure that indeed this is correct.
No, I'm coming to the reason. I just want this confirmation that
Yes.
for the period of 4 to 5 years, you sat with such a crucial information.
Manje ke ngaleyo minyaka ke wahlala ke nale information eqhayi kangako.
I'm coming to the reasons.
Sisazokhuluma ke ngezathu kodwa ke wahlala phezulu kwendaba nje eqhwa kangaka.
Are we on the same page?
Siyazwana?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Better.
Okay.
You can proceed.
Yes. Then, after 5 years, what made you then to approach General Lishaba about this information?
After iminyaka ewu5 ke yini into eyenza ukuthi uhambe ke uye kuye uGeneral Lishaba mayelana naleli cala?
Because information enganginayo ngangiyibona ukuthi iyathinteka.
Now I had information, or I was in possession of the information which I think that it was linked to this case.
Okay. Am I also correct to say for the period of 5 years, when you approached General Lishaba, you had not made any statement regarding this incident that you have testified about?
Before he meets with General Lishaba, he hadn't
Yes.
made any
He had
statement.
not. He had not. I'm asking, yes. Am I correct?
Ubungakasenzi
That-
statement ngaleso sikhathi ke uma uyobona naye uGeneral Lishaba.
lutho
Not
bengaze
at all,
ngisenze
yes. I hadn't made a statement as yet.
And is it also your evidence that at the time when the incident was still fresh in your mind, you did not make any statement for the period of 5 years?
Ngabe kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi lesi sigaba ke sesisha ke engqondweni yakho awuzange ke ukuwenza i-statement kuleso sikhathi ke seminyaka u5.
yebo angaze ngenze statement
Yes, I didn't make any statement.
Okay. Now, on the date when you met with General Lushabe, you said, can you recall the date or you just remember the year?
Ukhumbula unyaka kuphela i-date uyayikhumbula ma uyohlangana naye
ngidibane naye
uGeneral
ikhathi eziningi mhlambe mangikhumbuza ukuthi isiphi isikhathi okhuluma ngaso
Lishaba. I met with him several times. Perhaps if
I'm
you can
talking-
remind me which time in particular you're
The
referring
first
to.
incident, the
Um,
first
kules-
incident.
Kules
When
sigaba
you now decided to go and report to
okokuqala
General Lushabe.
ihlandla lokuqala mase wena ke usuthatha isinqumo sokuthi uyaya kuGeneral Lishaba
Angiyikhumbuli.
uyomtshela.
angiyikhumbula idate
I do not remember the date.
You can't recall. The place, do you still recall the place where you met
Usayikhumbula-
for the first time?
Uyayikhumbula indawo lapho nahlangana
Yebo,
khona
ngiyayikhumbula.
okokuqala? Yes,
Where was
I
it?
remember the place.
Where was it?
Bekukuphi?
bekusethembisa station
It was at the Tembisa station.
Okay. Yes. What did you say to him?
Utheni kuye ke?
ngimtshelile ngolwazi enginalo ukuthi nginalolu lwazi olufana nalolu
I told him about the information that I am in possession of, such and such an information, that is the one I am in possession of.
Yes.
then wabe sethi uzozenzela uphenyo ngalokho
He,
uzongazisa
he then said that he was going to make his investigations about that and then he will let me know.
Okay. You related the story as we have narrated it here in court about each suspect, the involvement, and your presence in the hostel, and going to Shibini, buying alcohol, and all that information. Did you give that information to General Lishaba?
Wamnikeza lolo lwazi ke njengoba ke dobela umfanekiso wena mayelana ke nalolu suku ukuthi
All-
nenzani ke benze hostel nahamba nayo thenga ke utshwala kuphi kuphi ke wamtshela ukuthi nawe ubukhona lapho abamangalelwa njengoba nje uye wathula ubufakazi bakho la enkantolo wamtshela leyo nto leyo uGeneral Shabani.
angimtshelanga ukuthi ngangikhona angimtshelanga
I didn't tell him that I was there.
Okay. Did you tell General Lushaba that you had witnessed people exchanging firearms in your presence?
Wamtshela ke uGeneral Shabani ukuthi wababona abantu beshintsana ngebhamu wena la wena bukhona ubabona khona ukuthi bayakwenza lokho wamtshela.
ngicabanga ukuthi kumtshela kwami ngangamtsheli ngeyibhamu ngangimtshela ngendlela engibone ngayo ukuthi yini eyenzakalile ngangamtsheli ukuthi ubani wenzeni ingakho athi uzozenzela eyakhe i-investigation abuye kimi
Now, the manner in which I related that to him was what I had witnessed and not who I saw. It was for that matter that he had actually said that he will make his own investigations.
I'll repeat this question. Did you tell General Lishabane that on the 26th of October 2014, you saw people, suspects, exchanging guns in your
Uye-
presence?
Wamtshela uGeneral Shabani ukuthi nge-26 ka-October 2014 wabona abasolwa beshintsana ngebhamu. Wamtshela lokho. Yep.
angimtshelanga
I did not tell him.
Okay. And the reason why you did not tell him, it's because it never happened.
Isizathu esenza ukuthi ungamtsheli okanye esenza ukuthi kube ukuthi wena umtshelanga yingoba lokho azange kwenzeke.
isizathu esenza ukuthi ngamtsheli lokho ngangenza ukuthi ayitholele olwakho ulwazi
The reason
oluzokwazi ukuba yilolu lwazi olutholile la enkantolo nangempela wazenzela lolu lwazi lokuthi akuthole ukuthi ngangikhona ngale kokuthatshelwe yini
I wanted for him to do his own investigations and then find this information. This information that is also available at this honorable court. And further that, it was an information that has to do with me being involved in that matter.
I put it to you again that if it is true that you, Constable Zungu, had witnessed people exchanging guns on the 26th of October in your presence, you would have informed General Lishabane about that information. That one on its own. You failed to do so, to give that information, because you had not seen any person. There was no person who ever exchanged firearms in your presence.
Uye wakhona ngempela ukuthi ubone abantu beshintsana ngebhamu wena ke ubuzopheqeka ukuthi uyoreportela yena uGeneral Shabane mayelana ke naleso sigameko osibonile wena. Isizathu esenza ukuthi ke kube awuzange umtshele uGeneral Shabane ngalokho ingoba wena awuzange uyibone leyo nto njengoba wena usuyithula la enkantolo. Ngalokho
ngababona bephethe izibhamu.
I saw them in possession of the firearms.
Angimtshelanga uGeneral ngoba kwakumele ukuthi azenzele lwakhe uphenyo.
I didn't tell the general because he was supposed to have done his own investigations.
Wathi mayisezenzelile futhi uphenyo wakuthola lokho ukuthi nami ngangikhona.
After he had conducted his own investigations, he also found out that I was also there.
Yilapho kunesiqinisekiso sokuthi kuze azokwazi ukuthi unolwazi lalento kwakumele afike akumention ukuthi nami ngangikhona. Yile ngangazi ngayo ukuthi indlela yokuthi athole iqiniso.
Now that is how I found out that this was the way to confirm that I also was there. He had to do his own investigations and eventually find out that I also was.
Okay. Furthermore, did you tell General Lushabane that one of the people whom you saw exchanging firearms, you saw him again exchanging the jackets, tracksuit, as you have testified in this court? I think that is your evidence, you know it better. Did you tell General Shabane that on the 26th of October, you saw a suspect who came in to the room, remember, shocked, and after changing the tracksuit, and to the extent that you saw him wearing a black hoodie jacket? I think that was your evidence. Did you tell General Lushabane that information?
Uye wabona ke umsole ngena engathuthukile njena. Bakwalokho ke echange tracksuit wayogqoka ke ijacket ene hoodie. Lokho ke wakutshela uGeneral Lishabane lonto. Uthi lo umsola lo ubephethe isibhamu.
Kwangenasidingo sokuthi ngimtshele ngoba kwakumele azenzele yakhe investigation athola ukwenzakaleni angakutholi kimi. Investigation.
There was no need for me to tell him. He was supposed, he had to make his own investigations and do or come up to his own findings about the investigations that he's making. That he should not necessarily have relied on what I would have told him.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. But what I want to find out from you, did you tell General Shabane that you saw a person? The interpreter is interpreted to you. You want him to repeat for you? Yes, that you saw a person exchanging jackets. Yes. My question is, did you tell him? I'm not asking the reason why you did not. Did you tell General Shabane or not?
I did not tell him.
Thank you. And that information was such a crucial information that needed to be reported to the police so that a further investigation would have been done on that aspect of information you had, if it was genuine.
Information ebizosetshenziswa yiwo amaphoyisa kwayena ke uGeneral Shabane ukwenza ke uphenyo lelicala elingakwazi ukuthi ngisiza amaphoyisa mayelana nelicala.
Kwangesiyona information engathi iyona evimbe ukuthi kutholakala abasola. Dayiningi indlela njengephoyisa engayenza ukuthola abasola.
That was not the only information that one would say that that was the only way that one could be able to apprehend the suspect.
And wayengeke kwazi ukuthola.
There were other ways or means that could have been engaged to be able to trace and apprehend the accused persons or rather the suspects.
Wayengeke akwazi ukuthola abasolwa ngejacket engiyobe ngimtshele ngayo ehostela uphele engeke kwazi ukuprove ukuthi kuphi leyo jacket.
Now, he would not have found the suspects based on the jacket that I related to him about, which was in the hostel, without any correlating information or evidence.
Okay.
No, it's
fine. Don't talk much. Did you tell General Lishabane, did you give a description of each suspect to General Lishabane when you first met with him?
Mawuqala ukuhlangana naye ke General Shabane uye waphana ke ngomfanekiso okuwona umfanekiso mhlambe ogqamile omayelana ke nabasolwa.
Can we
Ukuqala mawuhlangana naye
Can be description or identity?
Kanye
Did you
ke-
give any information about the suspect that you know the suspect number one?
ulwazi nje oluthize olumayelana ke no nomsolwa wokuqala
Ami-
waphana ngayo leyo description.
Yebo ngamnikeza amagama abasolwa.
I gave him the names of the suspects.
Okay. You only gave him the names.
Wamnikeza nje amagama.
Yiwo ayingwangwazi
Those were the
names.
Those were-
Angenayithombe zabo.
Those were the names that I knew. I did not have their photographs.
Don't confuse me. You only gave him the names. Is that
Wamnikeza amagama kuphela.
Yebo.
That's correct.
okay? No description of those
Description-
suspects. Nothing. Only the names.
Yebo.
Umfanekiso amagama kuphela ilokho umnikeze khona.
Yebo.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. From that conversation, is there any statement that was taken down from you?
Kune statement esathathwa kuwe ke.
Sithatha ubani?
Who would have taken that statement?
It could have been someone else. I'm saying out of that conversation as you were sitting with General Lushaba.
Ngisho ke ngikathi
Was there a statement that was taken? Could have been a clerk, it could have been anyone. I'm
ngikathi
asking.
usakhuluma naye ke uGeneral Lishaba ngabe khona istatement esathathwa kungenzeka ke ngaba uye okanye iclerk khona laphana elinye iphoyisa. Statement esathathwa umbuzo yilo.
Akuna statement esathathwayo.
There is no statement that was taken.
Okay. And General Lishabane told you that he was going to do his own, he was going to conduct his own investigation. Am I correct?
Washo ke ukuthi uzozenzela olwakhe uphenyo uGeneral Shabane kwiqiniso lokho.
Yebo.
That is correct.
Yes. Do you know if there was any investigation done from the information you submitted to General Lishabane?
Uyazi noma kwaba nophenyo oluthize lenziwayo mayelana ke nolwazi
Or any
owanikeza
follow-up on the information that you had given to General
noma ke
Lishabane?
i-follow up owaphana ngayo kuye uGeneral Shabane uyazi ke ukuthi mhlambe yaba khona yini uphenyo noma i-follow up.
Ngeke uqinisekise ukuthi wakwazi ukulenza ngaleso sikhathi kodwa ngesikhathi engidibana naye wangitshela ukuthi unolwazi oluthize alitholile.
At the time that I provided him with the information, I would not be sure as to whether he made his investigations about that. But at the time that I uthini masusohlangana naye kwesibili.
Mase ngihlangana naye wangitshela ukuthi kunolwazi alitholile.
Now, when I again met with him, he said that there is information that he managed to get.
Okay. But from 2019, when you first met with General Lishabane, there is no person who was arrested as a result of the information that you gave to General Lishabane.
Ngokusuka ngo-2018, ngenxa ukuthi wena uphane ngalolu lwazi kuye lona uGeneral Shabane akekho ke umuntu wakusho.
Eboshelwa icala liphi lona leli angikhumbula angazi futhi.
Getting arrested for what? For this same matter? No, I don't know.
If you can just teach yourself not to ask questions, but just to answer. According to your
mindfulness.
information that you had given to General Lishabane, there is no person who was arrested as a result of the information that you gave to General Lishabane.
Kunolwazi owalunikeza uGeneral Shabane. Ukuya ngalolo lwazi owalunikeza uGeneral Shabane. Akekho ke umuntu owaboshwe emva kwalokho. Ngenxa yalolu lwazi owalunikeza uGeneral Shabane. Yebo noma cha?
Akekho ngazi ukuthi waboshwa mayelana nakho.
There isn't a person, in accordance with my knowledge, that was arrested.
Okay.
pertaining that.
No, it's fine. And then furthermore, my lord, again on the same appearances of the 7th, on paragraph paragraph 20. Page 42, my lord, on those appearances. Page 42. Page 42. Line number 18, you see where it says Mr. Zungu.
Line number?
18.
Line number 18.
18. Yes, I can say that.
Yes. Mr. Zungu, I understand that you went to Mr. Shabane for the first time in 2019. Am I correct?
Ngizwisa ukuthi wena waya kuBaba Shabane okokuqala ngo-2019. Ngabe kweqiniso lokho?
Noma rekho short 2018 or 2019 kodwa ukuqala lapha 2019.
Okay.
Yes, even if I may not be sure about that, it could have been 2018 or 2019.
But after the first visit, thank you very much. After the first visit, you again met with General Shabane
Emva kokuhlangana naye kokuqala
About the same
waphinde futhi ke wahlangana naye
matter.
uGeneral Shabane.
Yebo.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. In your evidence here, you say the general then informed me that let us drop this matter or this talk and not mention it again.
Khona lapho ke uyakusho ukuthi uGeneral ke wase uyangitshela ukuthi asiliyekele icala or siyekele ukukhuluma ngaleli cala.
Was that your second?
Singabe saphinde ke sikhuluma ngakho.
Was that your second visit, or at what stage were you now meeting in this regard?
I think besidibana isikhathi eside mina naye.
Isikhathi eside.
Besidibana now and then.
I think we were meeting several times or
Yeah,
many
but
times.
I mean at the incident when you were conversing with General Shaba here.
Ngithi uma ukhuluma naye la ukhuluma lamazwi bekunini okwesingakho uhlangana naye.
When General Shaba says to you, let us drop this matter or talk and not mention it again. When General Shaba said that to you,
Uma uGeneral Lishaba ekhuluma lokho beku okwesingakho ke uhlangana naye.
you can't recall.
No, besesihlangana isikhathi eside. Cishe kungo remember uGeneral Shabane was my commander. Bengisebenza ngaphansi kwakhe futhi.
Okay.
But we had
ngibona chain almost twice more than 3 times a week.
we had met many a times or frequently. Remember, he was my commander, and we would meet in about three times in a week.
But what I want to find out from you, why would General Lishabane say, let us drop this matter?
Into engifuna ukuyazi uqhamuka kuwe uba ingane uGeneral Shabane ethi asiliyeke lo daba.
After we have reported and we have been seeing each other, as you are
Emva
saying,
uthi ureporte and lo niyabonana.
but he now, I understand General Shabane is a senior officer to a constable. Am I correct?
La ke
Or you have the same rank?
Uyaphambanisa lapho. Thana ngikuchazele ngoba ngiyabona ufuna
let me
ukuzwa.
explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you.
Iclear lento ayidingi lokhu ihlangahlanganisa. Udibana kwami noGeneral. uGeneral mayefika kulamazi uthasha lento. Yingoba lento bisinesikhathi eside. Whatever ulwazi beselitholile yena. Ebelitholile futhi ngisho nje ukuthi was the best. Because ulwazi alithola la uye wabuya nokuqala ukuthi la kwenzeka so ehostela nolwazi alithola yena. So wabuza mina ukuthi ngangikuphi. Shuni mayengibuza lo mbuzo ngabona ukuthi okay wakwazi ukuyophenya lolu daba.
Okay.
Lokho ngangine show yakho ukuthi ukuze azokwazi ukufaka mina shothi wayesekwazile ukuphenya lolu daba athola ukwenzakaleni. Wakwazi ukubuya uzongibuza lokho ngokungibuza kwakhe lo wayenzile umsebenzi wakhe ufuna ngokubona ukuthi muhle. Kodwa mase kufika la ukuthi wangitshela futhi ukuthi uba informile kwakumele aba informe abaphethe case. Kodwa shothi akukho kwakwenzeka kuye or ababuyanga kuye.
Thank
So
you.
lokho ngeke ngikwazi ukuthi kungani kodwa kwathi makufika lesikhathi sokuthi kube khona abangisabisanga ukungibulala yilapha athi asiliyeke khona because ngiba informile kwakumele ngiba informe ngalolu daba. So kulokho indawo yakhe ngicabanga ukuthi wayidlala kwathi mayibona mhlawumbe naye angazi wasebenzisa yiphi discretion ukuthi no if bengal attend i-national aid office or aba investigate case ngizoyisiya ke so uma isho kanjalo kimi ngak-accepta kanjalo.
I think that is because he already was doing his investigation, so this matter has been running for quite some time, and that he went and he did his own investigations, and he did his investigation spectacularly so, such that he came back and he told me that he knew that I also was involved in the matter, and this to me was indicative of the fact that he was doing, or he was able to do his investigations. And he also further found out that there were people that wanted to kill me, and I should think that that could have been the reason why he may as well have said that maybe we should drop this matter. And further, that the contribution which was done by the national office as well could have been information that he may have provided the national office with, and then because he did say that there are people that needed to be notified about this, and all those people were informed about this. Yes, I wouldn't know exactly.
Okay. Thank you for that information, Mr. Zong. Nevertheless, General Shabane, a senior officer, having done the investigation as you are testifying, he never said to you the information
Build your
is
brand
correct.
online.
He never said to you the information has been corroborated, but instead he said, let us drop the matter. After having done so much investigation.
Wenzeke uphenyo lwakhe olujulile ngaleyo ndlela akabuyelanga kuweke ukuthi ke yabona le information ayitholile kuyi information ehambana nalokho wena omtshele khona kodwa ke ubuyela kuwe uthi asimane sibeke phansi lolu daba.
ngithe wabuya kimi wangitshela ukuthi information ayitholile it itshela nami ukuthi ngangikhona ehostel.
I said to you that he came to me and he said that the information that he found, it says this, and that, and it even links me or involves me in that hostile incident.
Yeah, but with that information, whatever information that he gave to you, he eventually said, let us drop this matter and not talk and not mention it again.
Kuleyo information ayitholile ubuyela kuwe uthi masibeke lolu daba phansi singabe saphinde ke sikhulume ngakho.
Ngicabanga ukuthi wayezama ukuprotecta mina ukuthi ngingakhulumi ngalo lingaweli futhi ezandleni ezi-wrong ngeke ngazi ukuthi wayecabangani kodwa ngaleso sikhathi
he was trying to protect me that I shouldn't continue to talk about it. Perhaps that information should not be found or should not be heard by wrong people. I think he was protecting me there.
Okay, it's fine. I'll leave it there with you. We'll wait for General Shabane to come and explain why, out of the information that we have narrated to this court, he decided to say, let us drop the matter and not arrest anyone as a result of that information, if it was genuine.
ngiyakuzwa lokho ngoba kwakuyiqiniso ukuthi abantu wayilinde ukuthi abaphenye icase kube yibo abenza lo msebenzi.
It's not for you to answer.
Because
I said it's for General Shabane.
Okay.
I would think that he was waiting for the investigators to be the ones that are doing the investigations of the matter.
You furthermore testified that you were at some stage threatened, or there are some people who attempted to kill you. You remember that stage of your evidence?
Yes, I remember that.
Let's just revisit that portion of evidence. When that incident, when you were threatened, or when you were attempted to be killed, did you see the motor vehicle? You said those people were inside in the motor vehicle. Am I correct?
Yes.
Did you see those people?
Yes, I saw them.
Did you know them?
Yes, I knew them.
What did they do?
They
tried to kill me.
Okay. Did they fire, or do they point, or do they threaten you to kill?
Bazama ukudubula noma bakhomba ngesibhamu okanye bakusabisa nje ngokukhuluma kwenzakalani.
What my keep his palm, usho was keep his palm ewindini ngabe sengijika mina sengibuyele emumva.
Now he took out wielded a firearm and then it protruded through the window. That's when I took a turn and walked and went back.
Okay. That's all. Is that all that was done?
Ilokho kwenzeka
Ngalelo langa.
on that day, yes.
No utterances.
Azange kukhulunywe lutho.
Bakhuluma ngani next nami?
No utterances.
Okay, then you felt threatened. Then you felt threatened.
Wazizwa ke usatshiswa wena.
Umuntu mayikhipha isibhamu ngicabanga ukuthi kukusabisa lokho.
When a person takes out a firearm, I
Angikwazi
should
ukuthi
think
wena
that
uthatha
that is
kanjani.
now
And
threatening.
when you felt threatened, did you go to the police station to report that
Mawuzwa
there are
ke-
people who have been trying to kill me?
Mawuzizwa ke usatshiswa waya ke e-police station ukuyotshela amaphoyisa ukuthi kukhona abantu abebezama ke ukungibulala
And give the identity of those people
nokuthi uphane
so that they could be
nge-identity
arrested.
ukuthi uphaneke nge-identity yabo ukuthi bakwazi ukubona.
Ngoba ngangazi ukuthi bawobani futhi ngangenayo information yabo nangemonto abayohamba ngayo nokuthi batholakalaphi nokuthi kungani bezama ukungibulala ngase ngikwazi lokho.
I already was in possession of that information. Ukuthi bususunalo lolo lwazi that who were they, what vehicle they were driving, as to why they are trying to kill me. Nokuthini futhi
Nokuthi kungani bezama ukungibulala
essentially.
ngangikwazi ukuthi bakwenziswe yile ndaba yaleli cala.
I already knew the reason why they were doing that. It was as a result of this matter.
So why you didn't go to report at the police station?
Manje uthi ingane
That are
ungayanga
people who have
e-police station
threatened to
ukuyoripota leyo nto.
Kwangenasidingo.
There was no need.
Because you were never threatened. No
Ngoba
person who ever
azange
threatened you. That is why you failed to report at the police station. You have never been threatened.
Ngoba zange usatshisa wena. Ingalokho ungazange ubone kunesidingo sokuthi uye e-police station uyoripota le cala.
Lokho kucabanga kwakho lokho kodwa mina engikwazi yokwenzeka kusho ukuthi ngasukela abantu
That's your thinking.
kusho ukuthi ngafaka amagama abantu kuleyo nto.
What I know truly transpired. I would not have wrongly implicated the names of the people if they had not done it.
You said you knew as to who those people were.
Uthi wena ububazi labo bantu ukuthi obani.
Yebo.
And then
Yes.
why you failed to go and report them to the police so that they could be arrested? Those people.
Yini wahluleka
For
ke
threatening
ukuthi
to
wena
kill you.
uye emaphoyiseni uyotshela amaphoyisa ngalabo bantu ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi baboshwe labantu.
Kwakusho khona ukuthi kuyoyekisa ukuthi bangithreaten.
Angizwa?
Kwangeke kusho ukuthi bayoyeka ukungithreaten.
That wouldn't have meant that they're going to stop threatening me.
But you are a police officer. Are you really a police officer?
Kodwa uyiphoyisa ngempela.
Naba nje abasola phambi kwakho.
There are the suspects before you,
Ubamele futhi.
and you are even representing them.
Did you make any statement regarding the threats that we have said were made to you?
Uye wasenza ke istatement esimayelana ke nalama threats okanye ke lokusatshiswa othi wena kwenziwa kuwena.
Statement anyway, even if you did not go to the police, but to make a statement that I have been threatened by so and so on this particular date, or record it in your pocketbook or anywhere, just to report this occurrence
Nanoma nje kukuphi.
that was threatening your life.
Nanoma yiphi nje indawo oke waya kuyo okanye wayicabanga ukuthi uye kuyo ke uyophana ngaleso statement sokuthi wena ke wasatshiswa ukuthi mhlambe waye emaphoyiseni okanye kwi pocketbook yakho nanoma yikuphi nje wenza istatement esimayelana nalokho.
I-statement mawusenza usenze emaphoyiseni.
When you do the statement, you do it at the police.
Yeah, I'm asking, you can make a statement, you can even just make your own statement. I'm asking if you made or recorded this information anywhere, maybe in your diary, besides reporting to the police. You remember, you have said you have never reported.
Ngirephodile la ekhanda
I
lami. Njoba
actually recorded
ngikhumbula
in
nje
my
ngokutshela.
I actually recorded it in my head since I am able to remember it.
So what's the answer to my question?
Manje impedulo ithini ke umbuzo wami?
Uthini umbuzo wakho?
Did you make any statement regarding the threats that were made to you?
Manje wenza istatement mayelana ke nokusetshenziswa lokho okwenziwa kuwe.
Angaze ngisend statement.
I did not make a statement.
You also did not make any statement regarding the incident of the 26th of October 2014.
No,
Am
ukuthi
I correct?
akwenze nestatement esimayelana ke nesigameko sange 26 zika October 2014.
Nasi statement sangakhona sangayi-26 iso lesi siphambi kwakho.
Here is the statement pertaining the 26th of
Don't
October
confuse
2014.
yourself.
That's
Don't
the one that
confuse
is before you.
If maybe I'm confusing you, just let me know.
Ongitshela uma ngabe ngiyakudida.
At that time, when you were threatened, you had not made any statement under oath regarding the suspect. Am I correct?
Ngaleso sikhathi usathiswa ubungakasenzi istatement esimayelana ke nabasolwa.
Yebo.
Yes.
Yes. And also when you were threatened, you did not make any statement.
Nangaleso sikhathi ke usatshiswa azange ukwenza statement.
Yebo.
Yes.
Because you were never threatened.
Ngoba phela azange usatshiswa.
Ngasatshiswa abafowabo bakamsolwa number 5 lo mmele.
I was threatened by the brothers who are accused number 5 nobani.
Lo yena mmele and accused number 1.
I was threatened by the brothers who are accused number 5. The
That's
one
a
that
lie.
are
You were
representing.
never threatened by any of the relatives of accused number 5.
Enise linqamlo phinda phindiwe lelo mama umshololo.
That is the verified truth or the repeatable truth.
Now, General Lishamane has said to you, let us drop this matter.
Yebo.
Yes.
And then for how long did it take you to then go and approach the national office? If I remember your evidence, that after that, you then went and approached the national office.
Emva kwesikhathi esingakanani ke waya khona laphana national office uma ngikuzwe kahle ukuthi emva kwalokho ke wena wase uya khona laphana ke national office.
Awungivisanga kahle.
You didn't hear me well.
Yeah, corrected.
Awungilungisele.
Emva kokureporta ku General Shabane ngabe singireporta nase head office.
Now after I had reported to General Shabani, I then reported at the head office.
Head office where?
Gopi,
Telkom Towers under General Sithole.
Telkom Towers, that is under General Stole.
Okay, that head office is not a national office.
Actually, the national office, their head office,
Into yodwa lo isho.
is the same thing.
So why do you say I did not hear you correctly?
Manje yini uthi awungizwanga kahle?
Ngizwa uthi ngal report emva ukuthi bengisabisile. Bengisabisile.
I will. I never said that.
Okay.
Angizange ngisho lokho. What did you say?
I said, after General Lishaban had said to you, let's leave this matter, after how long did you then approach the national office? That was my
Emva
question.
kokuthi uGeneral Shabani ethi asiliyeke lolu daba. Wathatha isikhathi esingakanani ukuba uye khona laphana national office uyoreportela national office?
Ngase ngilireportile nakhona. Yilokho ngosho.
I had already reported it.
Yeah, you met with General Lishaban, and then General Lishaban said, let's leave this matter, let's rest this matter.
Wahlangana no General Shabani, uGeneral Shabani
Thani
wathi
ngo-
asidropeke le.
After that meeting, did you meet again with General Lishaban before approaching the national office?
Emva kwalo mhlangano ke waphinde wahlangana naye ke uGeneral Shabani angokuba ke uzoya le national office.
Bengihlangana naye ngaso sonke isikhathi. Isikhathi esiningi.
Many a times I would meet with him.
Okay. After how long did you then decide to approach the national office?
Emva kwesikhathi esingakanani ke wanquma ukuthi mangihambe ngiye national office ke manje.
Angicabanga ukuthi isikhathi eside kangako.
I do not think that it was a long time.
Yeah,
Such
it's
a
a
long
year.
Ngenalo.
It's a year, few months, weeks.
Unyaka, inyanga,
Ngathi izinyanga.
amaviki. I would say that months.
Okay, yeah. Then you were referred to Brigadier Gininda,
Kwase kuthiwa ahamba ku Brigadier Gininda.
Yebo.
am I
Yes.
correct? Okay. In your conversation with Brigadier Gininda for the first time,
Manje ke mase ukhuluma lo Brigadier Gininda okokuqala.
was there a person who was sitting with you, or it was the two of you?
Kwakhona ke umuntu owayehleli nani noma bekuyinini nje nobabili
Bekuyimi naye.
benu-2 phela.
Yebo.
It was myself and him, just the two of us.
Okay, what did you say to Colonel Gininda for the first time when you met with him?
Wathini ke ku Kenneth Gininda okokuqala umhlangana naye.
Ngamazisa ukuthi kunolwazi engilwaziyo olithinta abasolwa.
I told him that there is information that I have that links or that has to do with the suspects.
Okay, and that information is related in 2019, am I correct?
Leyo information ke waphana ngayo ngo-2019 kuye uGininda.
2019 kwenze njani?
What about 2019?
Yeah, when was that information related to Colonel Gininda?
Wamtshela nini ke uKenneth Gininda
For the first time?
ngokuthi okokuqala phela mawuthi kunolwazi olunalo
Ngicabanga ukuthi 2019.
oluthinta abamangaleyo.
2019.
Yes, I think it was 2019.
Okay, correct, yes. What did you say?
Wathini ke?
Ngamazisa ukuthi kunolwazi enginalo.
I told him that I have got information
Okay,
Ngabe singimnikeza lolu lwazi engangenalo.
and I then finished him with that information that I was in the possession of.
Yeah, let's unpack this information
Manje-ke asizame-ke
that
ukuthi
you related to Colonel
sivuleke le
Gilinda
information.
in 2019.
Leyo information oke wayitshela Colonel Gilinda 2019. Ake silithathe
What did you
kancane
say?
kanjalo.
ngamazisa ukuthi kunabasolwa abasolekayo ekuthinteni kwalolu daba.
Now,
Okay.
I told him that there are suspects that are linked to this matter.
Yes, what else?
Then naye wabe sethi uzozenzela olwakhe uphenyo.
He then said that he was going to make his own investigations.
Okay, what else?
Kwabe sekuba ukuhlukana kwami naye emva kwaleyo information engamnikeza yona.
That's how we parted our ways after I had given him that information.
So that's the only information you gave to Colonel Gilinda on
Ye-
that particular day?
Ngalolo suku ileyo information kuphela wayinikeza Babu Gilinda.
Yebo,
That's correct, yes.
You did not tell him. Again, remember, Colonel Gilinda is a senior officer to a constable.
Ukhumbuleke ukuthi uKenneth Gilinda uyena-ke umaqhuzu phela laphayana-ke
You did not-
uyanomkhulu ku-constable.
You did not tell him the details of the incident that unfolded in your presence on the 26th of October 2014.
Azange umtshele imininingwane-ke emayelana-ke nesigameko esenzeka phambi kwakho wena ukhona nge-26 zika-October 2014.
And the details I'm referring to, that you did not tell Gilinda that you saw people exchanging firearms in the bedroom.
Ukuthi
Did you tell him that?
mangikhuluma ngama-details ngisho khona-ke lokho okanye imininingwane ukuthi azange kumtshele ukuthi wabona abantu ngale egumeni lokulala beshintshisana ngey'bhamu.
iyafana lento ade ibuza umama umsholo leqaleni ukuthi why ngamtshelanga ngangenasidingo sokuthi ngimtshele ngoba kumele azenzele olwakhe uphenyo
It is-
ayitholele olwakhe uphenyo.
Now, this is the same question. It is similar to the same question that you asked me earlier. Why is it that I did not report the matter? I also saw that there was no need because I also wanted for him to do his own investigations and do his own findings.
Ngoba ukuba
Right
ngangimtshela
now.
lokho ukuthi
Right now, I've never asked you why you did not tell Gilinda for the first time when you met. I am asking if you did tell Colonel Gilinda that you, on the 26th of October 2014, you saw people exchanging guns in the bedroom.
Okwamanje ngikubuza ukuthi yingani ungamtshelanga. Ngikubuza ukuthi-ke uye wamtshela yini ukuthi nge-26 zika-October 2014 uye wabona abantu beshintsana ngey'bhamu. Ilokho engikubuza khona okwamanje.
angimtshelanga.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't tell him.
Thank you. Did you also tell Colonel Gilinda that you saw one of those people moving out of the room, exchanging jackets, especially to the extent of the one who exchanged a hoodie black jacket?
Manje-ke uke wamtshela lokho-ke wabona omnye wabo ephuma kulelo gumbi ehamba eyoshintsha okanye eshintsha-ke ama-jackets. Kakhulukazi-ke le jacket emnyama enehudi.
Khumbula ngangimtshela information eqondile ukuthi accuse number 1 2 3 ngababona benzani ukuthi ubani omunye washintsha ijacket omunye wenzani
You
kwangenasidingo sokuthi ngikuchaze lokho.
I remember telling him what I saw accused number 1, 2, and 3 doing as to whether there was one of them that was, changing jackets or clothing items. I did not see that it was needful for me to can say that.
Yeah, but you did not tell him.
Kodwa azange kumtshela.
Okay. And was there any
Correct.
statement that was taken from you as a result of the information that you gave to Colonel Gilinda for the first time when you met?
Kwaba nestatement mhlambe-ke esithathwayo okanye esezwayo mayelana-ke nalolu lwazi owalunikeza yena-ke uKenneth Gilinda okokuqala mawuhlangana naye uKenneth Gilinda.
Ngiyaphinda futhi ngidasikho istatement esake sathathwa.
I want to repeat that again. There isn't any statement that was taken.
Yebo yena wayibhalela kwi-diary yakhe or ey'ntweni zakhe kodwa kwangesisona statement kwakumele kube under on.
Well, I need to say that he indeed was writing on his own journal or perhaps his diary, but that was not a statement in accordance with what I had given him.
Do you know what a statement is?
Uyasazi yini statement?
Ngazi kahle.
Yes, I know.
Was there a statement that was taken from you regarding the report that you made to Kenneth Geninda? First
Ngabe
time
kwaba
when you met?
ne-statement
Asikho.
No, there isn't.
And then let's move on now to the stage wherein you were called again by General Lishabane. You remember that portion of your evidence in chief?
Wabizwa khona-ke wabizwa uGeneral Leshabane.
Yes. And you said General Lishabane asked you, how does the national office know about this matter? You can
Uthi-
correct me.
uGeneral Leshabane wakubuza ukuthi i-national office iyazi kanjani ngalolu daba.
Yebo.
Yes.
Okay. In that conversation, what was said?
Lapho-ke kuleyo nkulumo kwathi wani
You were sitting with General Lishabane, both of you.
nobabili belihleli phansi no-General Leshabane.
Ngicabanga sasingahleli noma sasihleli kodwa ngicabanga sasema-ofisini nakhona. Ofisini le-cluster, yeah.
Maybe that we were seated or we were not seated, but we were in the cluster's offices.
Yeah, in that conversation, it was both of you.
Kuleyo nkulumo
Yebo.
ingxoxo bekunina no-two.
Okay. Was
Yes.
General Lishabane accusing you of approaching the national office, or what was the position when General Lishabane now called you after being at the national office?
Gripping shows. Epic entertainment. Stream all this
Akungitshela.
Ithole kahle kanje Mama Mshololo. Akusiyena wasuka nje wangibiza ngicabanga ukuthi i-National Head Office yafonela yena yambuza ngami yena kwabe sekuba uye ongifonelayo engibiza.
National office yenze njani?
Eyafonela yena
Yena wafonela wena.
wafonela mina.
I should think that the national office is the one that had phone called him, and then he phone called me.
Yeah, but from your evidence here, that is here in court,
Sikhuluma ngalobufakazi obulanga
you said
enkantolo.
you were called by General Lishabane.
Uthi wena wabizwa uGeneral Leshabane.
Yebo.
Yes.
Then I'm asking about the conversation now when you were meeting after that call.
Manje ngikubuza ngengxoxo
What was the
ekhona
conversation about?
engothi akubize. Leyo ngxoxo beyimayelana nani?
Bekungazisa ukuthi i-National Head Office beyifikile izobuza ngami futhi.
Now, he was to inform me in that discussion that the national office had come to inform him about me.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that's all.
Hey,
Ilokho nje.
nokuthi bafuna ukungibona i-National Head Office.
And that the national head office wants to see me.
Yes, after that, what then happened?
Emva kwalokho-ke kwase kwenzakalani?
Kwabe sekuba umhlangano wami no-Colonel. Kwaku-Colonel Brigadier by then.
Then kwaba umhlangano wakho no-Colonel Bani.
Brigadier Geninda.
Then thereafter it was a meeting between myself and Kenneth Geninda.
On another date?
Ngenye date.
Or on the same date?
Okanye
another
the
date.
same date.
Hey.
Another date.
Okay, so it was 3 of you now.
There's no three.
Wangazisa mina ukuthi bebemfonele befuna mina i-meeting yakhona babeyihlelele cishe i-13 November nangempela ngabe sengiya lapha ne-meeting khona.
He said that he was phone called pertaining myself, and there was a meeting that was then arranged, if I'm not mistaken, on the 13th
Of November.
13th of November.
13 or 19?
13, number 19?
13.
13.
Okay. Yes. Then how many were you on that meeting of the 19th?
Kuleyo meeting benungaki?
Ni-19 zanini then?
The
November.
19th of which month? Is it November?
When you
Mina
met-
njengoyi- 13.
When you
said
met
the
with
13th.
Colonel
I said the
Geninda
13th.
and General Lishabane.
General-
ukhulume ngoGeneral Leshabane no Geninda.
uGeneral Leshabane wangazisa ukuthi i-National Head Office ifuna ukungibona.
Now, General Leshabane informed me that the national office wants to see me.
Then wabe semfonela uBrigadier Geninda emazisa ngalokho.
Then he phone called Brigadier Geninda informing him about that.
Then Brigadier Geninda wabe sesetha i-meeting yange-13.
Then Brigadier Geninda set up a meeting for the 13th.
With whom?
Nobani, meeting yabani nobani.
Shuthu wayihlelele ukubona mina wayazisa uGeneral ngalokho.
Wenza a meeting nobani. Shothi maka set up, angisho ukuthi wa set up a meeting.
Shuthu mayikhuluma kuGeneral wabe secela ukuthi uzongibona cishe kwa 11 kodwa kangakhona aphinda postpone wathi uzongibona ngeyi-13 ngeyi-13
When he informed the general, he said that he wanted to see me on the 11th, but that did not materialize. Then it was postponed to the 13th.
Yes, in that meeting, on the 13th, did you meet?
Gay 13 nahlangana.
yebo sadibana
How many
Yes,
were you?
We met. Benungaki.
bekuyimi brigadier and another brigadier.
It was myself, the brigadier, and another brigadier.
Okay. So, am I correct to say you were meeting for the second time now with Brigadier Geninda?
Bego okwestu ngamanye amazwi uhlangana no brigadier Gininda.
Yebo,
Yes.
Okay. Yes, what was the purpose? Because remember, we have met for the first time and we have related the information. Now for the second visit, what was the purpose of that visit?
Manje inhloso kwaba yiphi ke? Okokuqala manhlangana wamtshela ke wamnikeza lokho ke omnikeza khona. Okwesibili masenhlangana inhloso kwaba yiphi wamtshela ukuthini?
ngicabanga ukuthi wayezama ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ulwazi engilaziyo lungakanani futhi wayefuna maybe ngingasho ukuthi kungiquestion.
I should think that he wanted to ascertain the magnitude of the information that I was in possession of, and I should think perhaps he also wanted to examine in as far as that he wanted to examine me in as far as that information is concerned.
Okay. Is it also correct that you did not make any statement regarding the information that you gave to Colonel Geninda on that second consultation or
Ngabe
visit?
kuyinto ke ukuthi asikho statement owasenza mayelana ke nokuhlangana kwakho no Colonel Geninda or Brigadier Geninda okwesibili.
Akuna statement engingasenza ngaphambeleni.
There isn't any statement that I had made before.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
Kwenzakalani ngemva kwalokho?
You separated, you departed.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a time wherein you were called by General Dishabane in the presence of General Sibia. You remember that meeting?
Kukhona
Yebo.
isikhathi wabizwa uGeneral Sabane, kukhona uGeneral Sibiya.
When is it
uyakhumbula
now?
lokho? Yes.
Is it before you met with Colonel Geninda and a certain police officer, or was after?
Ngabe lokho kwenzeka nini? Angoba uzohlangana naye uGeneral.
When we are now meeting with
Geninda.
General Sibia.
Mase sohlangana manje mase sokhona noGeneral Sibiya.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngangakamboni Colonel for a second time.
Colonel Ban.
Brigadier Geninda.
I should think that I hadn't seen Brigadier Geninda for the second time during
Okay.
that time.
Okay. Yes. When you met with General Dishabane was present when Sibia was there? When General Sibia was there?
Because
Was General Dishabane present when you met with General Sibia?
mawuhlangana noGeneral Sibiya uLshabane uGeneral Shabane bekhona.
Yebo,
Yes.
Okay. And who else was present on that day of the meeting?
Ubani omunye ke obekhona ngalo suku laleyo nhlangano.
uma iqala i-meeting siqale sibathathu then emva kwalokho wabe sefonela uwarrant officer Makubo.
When the meeting started, it was the three of us, and thereafter he phone called Warrant Officer Makubo.
Oh, okay. And Warrant Officer Makuba arrived, then you became four.
Yebo,
Magafika number 4, yes.
Okay. What was the conversation, if there was any, that you conversed when you were still with General Sibia and General Dishabane only?
Nani khuluma ngani uma ngabe ke kube nengxoxo bekhona ngenkathi unoGeneral Sibiya noLeshabani. Nani khuluma ngani?
ngicabanga ukuthi iningi into esasikhuluma ngayo in general
I
ukuthi
think-
ngase ngikhulumile ngalokhu buye wabe sema-explainela uGeneral Leshabane ukuthi ungani mina ngimtshele lokho and yena wenzeni.
Now, I think there had been a number of things that we had already spoken about, and I had already explained to him, and that is when he then spoke to General Leshabani as
Who is-
to why.
Who is him?
Ukhuluma ngobani ukuthi lo-
General Sibia.
I'm referring to General Sibiya.
Okay. Yes, then how come that Warrant Officer Makuba was called?
Kuze
What was
kanjani
happening? What was being discussed?
kwakhulumeka ini khona laphana kuze kanjani ukuthi kuze kubizwe lona uwarrant officer Makubo?
Ingoba kakhulume ngayo lolu daba ukuthi kungani kuba nabantu abathintekayo wabe sebuza ukuthi ubani ophethe lolu daba.
Now,
Wabe se-
that is because there were people that were now linked into this matter, and wasethini?
Emva kokumbuza ukuthi ubani ophethe lolu daba wasesho ukuthi akufanele uwarrant officer Makubo.
Then he then asked who is in charge of this matter, and then he then, after such an answer was provided to him, he then said, let Warrant Officer Makubo be phone called.
Who asked you as to who was in charge of this matter?
Ubani obuzile ukuthi ubani o in charge kuleli cala?
Khumbula wayengabuzi mina ngangazi ukuthi ubani o in charge.
Angizwa?
Wayengabuzi mina ukuthi ubani o investigator.
He wasn't.
Babebuza nabodwa.
He wasn't asking me who is investigating the matter. They were asking themselves.
Yeah, but who asked that question?
They
Who
asked
posed
each
that
other.
question?
Ubani owabuza lowo mbuzo?
General Sibia,
It was-
General Shabane.
It was General Sibia asking General Leshabani.
Yes, continue then. How was
Ungaqhubeka.
Makubu then called?
Then
If you were part of that discussion,
Uma ngabe wena waba ingxenye yale
when
ngxoxo
Makubu was called, when it was decided that Makubu was called.
wafonelwa same time.
He was phone called immediately or same time.
Yes. And then he arrived.
Wafika.
Yebo.
Yes.
Yeah, then what happened now when
Kwase kwenzakalani mase
Makubu
efika?
now arrived?
Usefikile
Yabisi-
uMakubo kwenzakalani?
Yabe siqala futhi inkulumo sichazele uGeneral Shabane echazela uwarrant officer Makubo.
Okay, then the discussion started again. Warrant Officer Sibia, General Leshabane,
Yebo.
then explained to Warrant Officer Makubo.
Yes.
Kwabe sekuba nemibuzo angibuza yona uwarrant officer Makubo.
Then there were questions that were posed to me by Warrant Officer Makubo.
Emva kwalokho wabe sengazisa ukuthi no uye ubophe unkani.
Thereafter, that is when he informed me that he is the one that had arrested Nkani.
And wabe sengibuza ukuthi leyo information mina ngiyithathaphi.
He then asked me, where do I get that information from?
Wabe sefuna kwazi ukuthi isource yami engimnikeze leyo information yipi.
And he wanted to also establish my source that had provided that information. Which source is that?
Emva kwalokho wabe seyichitha le information emva kokungivezela ithombe ebopha unkani.
Ukuyichitha kusho ukuthi wayidismissa.
Yebo.
Thereafter, he dismissed the information after he had showed me the photographs where he was arresting Nkani.
Okay. He dismissed the information that you gave to him as false.
Ngamanye amazwi ukuthi akulona iqiniso.
Yebo ukuthi alethe isource.
And Warrant Officer Makubo was the one who was
Sorry,
in
he
charge.
says that he said that I should bring the source from which I heard, or from
Yeah,
from
I
whom
heard
I heard.
that. I heard that, but he dismissed the information as false.
Ngamanye amazwi ke wayichitha ke
Yebo.
leyo information
And the
njengamanga.
person who
That's correct.
dismissed the information as false is the one who was in charge of the investigation in this case.
Kanti ke lo muntu ke ochitha lolu daba okanye ochitha leyo information uyena ke ophenga leli cala.
Uyangazisa noma
Are you telling me or you asking me?
I'm telling you.
Alright.
Alright.
Bengazi ukuthi ubani ophenya lelicala bengazi ukuthi liphenywa head office.
I didn't know who was investigating this case. I thought that it was the head office that was
From
investigating this matter.
your evidence, you informed us that General Shabane said the person who is in charge in this case is Warrant Officer Makubo. As a result of that information, Warrant Officer Makubo was then called.
Wena ke kuloko phakathi bakho ke uthi ke uyena uwarrant officer Makubo uqhamuka ke kule ngxoxo bekhona ukuthi ubani kwabuzwa ukuthi ubani umuntu oyin charge kaleli cala kwase ke vele igama lika warrant officer Makubo wabizwa ke uwarrant officer Makubo.
Lalela kahle mamsholo ngithe umuntu owabuza ukuthi ubani ophenya lolu daba. Wabuza uGeneral Sibia
I said the person that inquired about who is in charge or who is in charge.
yes.
Who is in charge of this matter?
Wabe-
And that is a question that was asked by General Sibia.
Ebuza uGeneral Shabane.
And then he was asking General Shabani about
Yes.
General Shabane said it's Brigadier Gininda. It was Colonel by then.
that. General Shabani was uyakusho lokho ke Brigadier Gininda.
Yes. Then emva kwalokho wabe
Colonel ngaleso sikhathi.
wabe sebuza ukuthi uphi uwarrant officer Makubo.
Thereafter he inquired, where is Warrant Officer Makubo?
Who asked that?
Ubani obuzayo?
Ngicabanga ukuthi wabuza lo mbuzo uwarrant officer uGeneral Sibia.
General Sibia.
Yes.
Then wabe sephendula uGeneral wathi akamfonele kwasho ukuthi
uGeneral
wayenayina
bani?
General Leshabane.
Waphendula wathini?
uGeneral Sibia ubuze uGeneral Leshabane ukuthi ubani ophenya lolu daba.
Yeah.
Then waphendula uGeneral Leshabane
Leshabane,
ukuthi it's Colonel Gininda. It was Colonel by then. Then emva kwalokho wabe sebuza ukuthi uphi uwarrant officer Makubo.
Kubuza ubani
General
uSibia.
Sibia. Yes.
Yes, General Sibia, thereafter he inquired, where is Warrant Officer Makubo?
So you didn't know the role that was played by Warrant Officer Makubo in this matter?
Was the role idlalwa nguye Warrant Officer Makubo kuleli cala?
ngangazi ukuthi uyi-team investigating task team etaskwe bonke ukuthi be-investigate this matter.
I knew him to be a member of the team or the task team to investigate this matter.
Okay, that's all.
Yilokho kwaziko.
Yebo.
So that
Yes.
did not tell you that Warrant Officer Makubo was part of the investigating officers?
Abakutshelanga ukuthi ke
That did not tell you that Warrant Officer Makubo was part of the investigating
okay, kusho ke
officers?
lokho azange kukutshele ke ukuthi ngamanye amazwi lona uWarrant Officer Makubo uyingxenye yethimba eliphendle icala.
Wangitshela lokho?
That is what yes, that is what I could deduce.
And that person who was part of the investigating officers in this matter told you that the information you are giving to him is false?
Lo muntu oyingxenye ke yethimba eliphendle icala wakutshela ke ukuthi lo lwazi uphana ngalo akusilona iqiniso.
Kwathi mayisho njalo savele sabhekana ngoba sasibona ukuthi lento ayishoyo akayazi.
When he said that, we, looked at each other, implying that whatever that he is saying, he's got no sufficient knowledge of.
Okay, we'll continue from that tomorrow.
tomorrow.
May I ask that we adjourn at this time? Tomorrow I will be taking the witness through the statement. My lord.
Washesha kangaka.
That is misbehaving, my lord, of this witness.
Why are you in such a hurry?
That is misbehaving in front of the state who read the rules of the conduct of the witnesses in this court. That remarks is wrong and disrespectful towards me.
Yabona ke lokho kushilo
Ngiyaxolisa mama umsholo.
ukudelela ke. Wrong futhi ukudelela.
What did you say, Mr. Zulu? What was the
Uthe-
remark you made?
I said it was quick. Bengalindelanga ukuthi mhlambe sekuyaphela.
Oh, I see.
I wasn't expecting that we are done already for the day.
Are you saying, are you mentioning it in a pejorative manner, or what type of remark was it?
Just a disrespectful remark, my lord.
Ukusho lokho ke kungukuthi
Bengakusho ngoba
iy'nhloso
mhlambe
zimbi okanye
cha bengakusho ngoba mhlambe ngidela mama umsholo bengisakhuluma ngisaka.
that was because I was busy presenting my evidence or rather my testimony, not with
Yeah, I
disrespect.
repeat again, people are in this court, they must respect the decorum and the decency. And this includes everybody. Sometimes when I talk, counsel just juts in. And I just, well, if bafundiswe kanje, what can I do?
Inkantolo
It's
iyaphinda-
fine, my lord, you can protect the witness, but it's
No,
wrong
I'm
what
not
the witness
protecting
has said.
Mr. Msholozi. How can I protect a witness? I just asked him, why is he making that remark? I wanted to understand why. And he gave an explanation. But I'm not saying this explanation is sufficient. And I'm saying people should respect the decorum of this court.
Lokho inkantolo ishoyo ukuthi abantu mabahlonipheke inkantolo ngendlela inkantolo ingakhona
Ngiyaxolisa
isimo
kakhulu.
senkantolo.
Mr.
I apologize,
Baloyi,
my lord.
any other witness lined up for tomorrow?
Indeed, my lord, we foresee that we'll be done with this witness perhaps before lunchtime, in which case we will try and line up another witness.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. Then the court will adjourn to tomorrow.